DJDUBL.
DJ Double here, and today I'm sat with my very special guest, man, like Rotimi in the building.
My brother, what up, though?
How are you, bro?
I'm blessed, man.
It's looking like a real good time to be you right now.
Oh, man, you know, it's about patience and perseverance, man, because I've been doing this for a long time, and it's finally hitting the right way.
The way I see it, you've got like two careers that are kind of blowing up right now simultaneously, and it's getting so stellar. Like for you, is that a gift or a curse?
It's a gift, bro, because, you know, without power, I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing. You know, like power put me in some rooms that made sense for me as an artist. And so it complemented it, but at the same time, it was like I have to prove myself even more because I'm playing such a role that's so different from the music. Yeah, so now it's like people, when you make undeniable music and play a role like that, it's beautiful.
Can't give me much spare time, though.
Yeah.
Not a lot of spare time.
I had no spot. No, bro, like for like a month straight, it was film from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., record from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. And it was like that for a month. So I didn't sleep for a month. Wow. Yeah.
You got it done.
I got it done.
And it's paying off.
And Walk With Me is here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sick. So before we talk about the EP, like I don't want to talk too much about the show because I'm not into spoilers. I'm a fan of the show, so I want to just wait and see what happens. But what I was interested to talk to you about was I sat down last year with a guy called Jacob Anderson.
Yeah, okay.
Now he plays Grey Worm in Game of Thrones.
Okay, dope.
But what a lot of people don't know is that he's one of the best sounding R&B singers from the UK. Wow. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Do you know who I mean?
Yeah, a little bit.
So Grey Worm from that. I was speaking to him about the fact that his music's so overshadowed by the fact that he'll walk down the street and people will be like, it's Grey Worm.
Yeah.
Do you find the same with you? And like, is it like, oh, it's Dre from Power, like, as opposed to Rotimi with the album?
I think putting Walk With Me out and then having a record like Love Rhythm out has kind of changed the narrative.
Right.
You know, it made people be like, oh, snap, like he's really actually talented in both.
This as well.
He does this as well. So it's made it digestible, it's made it acceptable, and people are just going crazy because it's weird. This economy can't fathom that somebody could be good at two things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm here to break down that barrier.
What's more important to you right now, acting or singing?
Music, man. Music's been in my spirit the whole time. The funny thing is, people didn't understand that. Like, I was doing music when I was 4. I was a wedding singer. So like, I just started acting maybe 5-6 years ago. So it was a job, but being on Power made it fun because you still move like a rock star because you still affect people's emotions, you know, more than any other show. You know what I mean? So like, it still makes you feel like you're doing something that's true to you.
And I guess it's just opened so many more doors for you,
Oh my God, it's open doors, bro. Like even just being able to do this, you know, like I know the record's dope, but like I'm very aware of, you know, what put me here, you know.
Made it onto DJDUBLTV, bro.
Hey,
DJDUBLTV,
yes sir.
What else can happen from here, man?
I don't know. I made it, mama. I made it.
So one conception that I have about the US, when it comes to African Americans, is generally, and correct me if I'm wrong, but generally people identify as African American. So the difference in the UK, if you ask someone in the UK where you're from, even if they were born here, they might be like, oh, I'm Nigerian, I'm Ghanaian, I'm Congolese, I'm Eritrean. Do you know what I mean? Is it like that in America? I mean, because that's one thing that stood out about you is you're different. You haven't said like, oh, I'm African American. You're like, I'm Nigerian.
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, in America it's different because a lot of people don't know where they're from. Right. So because they don't know where they're from, they can't say anything but I'm from Texas, I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah, they just know the roots are somewhere in the continent.
Somewhere. But now because of the cultural shift with Africa and everything, everybody's doing their research now. So it's like, yo, I'm 15% this, I'm 18% this, I'm half this. I didn't even know. So now everybody's going to those countries that they're finding out that they're from. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just a beautiful thing because now they're educating themselves about where they are from now. Yeah.
I've heard you speak about growing up in like quite traditionally the Nigerian. Obviously, your parents are both from Nigeria. Excuse me, and the all the things they've instilled in you, like how to grow up and how to compose yourself, how to handle the money and stuff like that. So with you, it's obviously kept your roots in and the visits back and stuff.
Yes, sir. Like for me, my parents, I made a lot of money when I was younger, being on a TV show called Boss.
Right.
And my dad kept a lot of it away from me because I was 21. 22 years old. Yeah. So I had to live off a small amount to make sure now I can use that money.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's collected interest and all these things. So like the mindset of a Nigerian man is a savage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Amazing.
So it's amazing just to see. I didn't get it at that time, but now I understand, man. I truly do.
But it's paid off because I heard that you're 30 now,
Yeah.
and you just bought a house. You're mortgage free at 30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
That's what's up, bro.
You know,
I
and
love that.
It's about saving your money. It's about being smart with it, and it's about legacy. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm all about, man.
I like that a
Yes,
lot.
sir.
So let's break down the EP, man.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Legend was the opening track.
Yeah.
Did it feel weird for you, or was it any kind of difficult decision starting the project with a reggae record? Because for your fans that have been here from the early days, it's such a different sound.
Yeah.
So putting it as the first track, there wasn't even like I'm still here, and then it was just straight in with a reggae track.
You know, because it was an introduction to who Rotimi truly is.
Right.
The music I made before was partially me. This is who I am. I'm a big Bob Marley fan. I felt like Legend is addressing every single woman in the world. And so it made it like digestible, like, okay, here's the intro, you know, and it felt like it was the first. Me and my manager went back and forth multiple times. I said, start with Love Rhythm, bro.
Just jump straight
Start
in.
straight
Both
in.
feet, yeah.
He was like, no, like let's build it up, you know, and so let them earn that. And so it was a conversation for a very long time, but Legend for me felt right because it was the reggae vibe, but then it turned into hip hop, then it was R&B, so it was like a multitude of things.
Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned Bob Marley because I've heard you speak about the Bob Marley dream that your mum had.
Yeah.
What age did she tell you about that dream?
My mom told me about that about 8 years old.
Right.
You know, for me it was like, you really think I can do that? And she was like, your mission is to spread love, man. Like, here's to spread love.
Did you fathom what that meant at the time? Like, were you aware? Obviously, you must have known about who Bob Marley was, but were you aware of like who Bob Marley was?
No, I was
that's,
aware.
if you know it, that's pressure.
1,000%. I knew who he was. I just didn't know at that time if I was capable of doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when you say that, it's like, wait, you think I can do that? And now I understand what she means. Is like spread love and unify people with music. Be culturally understanding what's going on, to be a social activist, like, you know, so like I get it now, and we're starting that path now. Yeah.
Decisions was the next track.
Yeah.
Soon as it came on, I heard the Craig David influence.
You heard it.
Of that specific track right there,
yeah.
because I've heard you speak about how you wanted to fuse Akon's sound with Craig David's sound and your own sprinklings in there as well.
Yeah.
And that one straight there, like, that was like the album Born to Do It. It's like one of the top R&B albums to ever come out in the UK.
Ever, bro.
Have you been a fan of Craig David's for a while then?
Oh yeah, I mean when the record came out, it's one of those songs that you don't have to hear for 20 years, but you still know all the words.
Yeah.
And that's where you know like music affects you. You know, so like I wanted decisions to feel like that. I wanted decisions to be a lullaby type of record, and that's kind of what Craig David did consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the tone, with the melody. So yeah, it was definitely very influenced by him.
Yeah. And Harmony Samuels produced it as well. H Money.
H Money.
So they see where you got a UK producer there
and
as well.
A UK producer and a Nigerian man. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. amazing. Did you consider reaching out to Craig David for the project?
We did. No, we haven't, but we will.
Okay,
For
so
sure.
a conversation's been had, or you're just planning things?
We're working on it.
Oh, okay. What can you tell me about that? Or is that what you can tell me about?
That's all I can tell you about.
Something's happening. Yeah. So why was Love Rhythm chosen to be like the lead single for the project?
Love Rhythm completely represented everything that we've been actually talking about, and me and my management team. And Love Rhythm for me felt like it was a culmination of exactly who I am as a person.
Right.
I'm African American. I grew up with R&B in my life. I grew up with hip hop. I love pop. I love country. So it's telling a story. It's melodic. It's Afro B infused with pigeon. It's R&B. So it felt like it was the perfect gumbo to everything, bro. And I'm so happy we did it, man, because it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
you know.
for real.
And I want to be the new Harry Belafonte. So that kind of record is like the Deo.
Yeah.
For him, it was kind of like, that's my Deo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite track from the whole project?
I'd say, damn, I can't choose, man. Some days I love Summertime. Some days I love Decisions. Love Rhythm. It's hard. It's hard. Legend. It's hard, bro. It's really hard. And I love it because different people are able to say, this is my favorite, that's my favorite, this is my favorite. So when you have that kind of, love for a project, you did your job.
Yeah. Like Sip Slow is probably my personal favorite.
Really?
I think
it's
so.
the most slept on a project, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I think so.
Definitely. I feel like that whole sound, because it's very similar to like French Montana, Unforgettable.
Yeah.
Ray Shremmerd, Guatemala. Like it's a very similar vibe to that. And I love those two tunes. Like they're my favorite songs for the last 2 summers. So I think we've got one here with this with Sip Slow. Like
I think,
that's a favorite one for me.
Thank you, bro.
What was the process behind making that track? Like where did you feel that track
Sip Slow
fitted in? Yeah.
Sip Slow, funny enough you said that, bro. Sip Slow set the tone for the entire project.
Right.
I met these writers from Australia. Hit me and was like, yo, bro, I sent you an email. Like, just check it out. And I didn't check it. I ended up checking it like 3 weeks later, bro. And I was bored. I just got off set. I was like, let me just see what's going on. And I pressed it, and it was that. And I was like, oh.
So a reference track or the instrumental?
The reference.
Oh, okay, right.
But we changed it up. We ended up changing up a bit of it. But like the initial, every time I sip slow, I was just like, oh, this is crazy. This is commercial. This is like, and I told my manager, and he was like, bro, just cut it, just see what happens. And that was the first one that set the tone for the entire project. So when we did it, it was like, all right, this is the vibe we're going. Like I could picture sitting in Dubai, smoking some shisha, vibing to that, and it feels like one of those records.
So that's the video treatment there.
Oh, come on,
and you get yourself a trip to
yes,
Dubai
sir.
as well.
Yes, sir. My guy.
Yeah. Nice. I feel like, do you speak any other languages other than English?
I don't. But I understand Yoruba. I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that Sip Slow could have had like a touch of like some Latin on there for the reggaeton market, man.
Ooh.
Especially see what Bad Bunny's doing right now.
Oh, he's BJ Balvin, all them, man.
Got a remix there.
Yeah. Wow.
It's on tape now, so I'm getting cut in with the royalties, man.
Exclusive. Exclusive.
Talking of the marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard you speak about being signed to 50 Cent in the past.
Yeah.
50 Cent, we obviously know, is a marketing genius.
Yeah.
The money situation.
Yeah.
It was marketing, right? For the album. You didn't really owe him 300 grand.
No, I don't owe him 300 grand. It was more so, he's a marketing genius.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a marketing
genius. As soon as I saw it, I was like, it was the timing as well. I was like, nah, there's no way. Especially knowing, having seen you speak about being smart with your money, investing, the way you move. I'm like, there's no way this guy owes 50 Cent 300 grand.
The thing is, it's truth to it in terms of, because I was signed to him, and any artist knows that you sign to a label, you owe, they give you a loan basically to finance your project.
The advance, right?
Exactly. So like with me, it was more so mechanicals.
Right.
Like the royalties, the Apple Music sales, the sales. So he knew that certain things, was out, and then collect his money, you know what I mean?
But it helped the album, of course.
My God, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, he's a brilliant mind, man. He's a very smart person, man. And
very smart.
He's a genius.
Yeah. Why is Vanessa Bling the only feature on the project? It's a really interesting choice.
Vanessa Bling, actually, everything about this project happened organically. So like we were in Atlanta, we went to a day party, went to a club, I had to host, and she was like, yo, like let's record tonight. Yeah. And that was probably one of the last records I did. Right. The project was done, but I wanted to work with Rock City, these producers and writers in the States, and she killed that vibe. Yeah, definitely. And it felt so organic, and everything authentic about it happened, and it was just beautiful, man. Like it just happened. So like, I didn't want to take her off of it. Right. Because she made the record. Personally, I feel like she made that record. She definitely fits. Yeah, she fits. So like, that was the only one, man. Yeah. I was just surprised not to hear like a Nigerian artist on it. Or if any feature, or like SZA, for example, given like your history with college and stuff. So. Bro, you did your research. You did your research, brother. It's one of those things, bro. Like this project, I wanted to show everybody that this is who I am. I don't need anybody. It can stand on its own, and I'm in a place where like like being a ball player, being an athlete, having an athletic mind, you want to prove who you are, you know. And I wanted to show me, like, pure. I don't need anyone to make a hit project, and I know I have to do that with the other side of my life too.
Yeah.
To prove my point. So, and I think we did that. You know, I think we
Definitely.
did that. Yeah, for sure.
I'd agree. So the last thing I want to know from you is about the stuff that you've been doing with Afro B.
Yeah. Wow.
Our boy, man.
Yeah.
I know you've been recording with Afro B.
Yeah.
So quickly tell me about that. In terms of like the relationship as well,
Yeah.
was that like an organic one, or did it come through Empire?
Bro, when I tell you everything musically is happening organic, it's literally happening organic. He came to my album release party in New York, and my EP release party, and we just clicked. And he was like, "Yo, I'm in the studio next week." I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to LA real quick, and I'll come back. Let's lock it in." And we just knocked out a dope record, bro. A dope record, and it's cool because we're on the same label, you know, we're both on Empire, but at the same time, we're still brothers. So we're trying to champion each other at this specific time, you know, and it's gonna make people go crazy when they hear it. Crazy,
it, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah,
sick. Well, when it drops, man, next time you're over,
yes, sir.
Let's pick up the conversation then and talk some more.
Let's get it.
Sick. DJ Double here with Rotimi.
Yes, sir.